For this last video in lesson 5.6, we're going to look at a table of values rather than an equation or a graph. And we're going to see if we can pull equations from these tables of values. So just a quick review, a linear function will always have a constant rate of change, also known as the slope. And I don't know if you've caught on, the slope is the same thing as the common difference when we were talking about arithmetic sequence. So the slope actually comes from that arithmetic sequence function and that formula, that common difference between values. Instead of though being a difference of 1, we could have a difference of almost anything between our points in our table. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 3 here. Determine if these tables of function values could be linear or if the pattern is nonlinear. So if they're linear, write the function equation. So we've got to remember a couple things to help us out. The first thing is the slope formula, the change in our y values over the change in our x values. Just remember that now y is the same thing as f of x. So whenever you see y and f of x, just remember it is the same thing as your y. We're going to need our function equation. It is just slope-intercept form with f of x instead of y. And we are going to need our point slope formula to help us out here. So let me just highlight each of these in different colors for the different formulas just to help them stand out a bit. Let's get started on our first example. On example A, we want to find the difference, how much change there is between our x values, and see if that change is the constant between our y values. So this is really what I'm talking about. I want to use that slope formula here. So I want to find the difference between an x value. So I'm going to find this -6 minus -9. Now I could just easily grab a calculator to find that, and you'll see that the difference here is 3. So this is increasing by 3 each time. And then the next one between -6 to -1, the difference there is going to be 5. So there's an increase of 5. Now, don't just automatically assume, oh, well, those aren't the same, so this isn't linear. We have to compare it to our y values, which we'll do in just one moment. And then from 14 to -1, that's going to be 15. If you don't believe me, just take a calculator, do 14 minus -1, and that will give me 15. Then for my y values, I'm going to do the same thing. Well, from -7 to 7 is going to be 0. From 2 to, so from 2 to -7 will be 9. And from 16 to 2 will be a distance of 14. So if I look at my 3 slopes right here, okay, so if I take a look at this first slope, that first slope is going to be, let's see, y's over x's. So that first slope is 0. My next slope will be the 5 and the 9 here. So that will be m equals the y, the change in the y's would be 9 over 5. And already I can see that these are not equal. So unless your slopes have to be constant. So this is not constant, and that means not linear. Right. I did a lot of explaining in that first example, so I'm going to go a little bit quicker with these next two so I can get to my point so you can see everything. And possibly this will make a little more sense because I'm actually going to use the slope formula this time so you can see how the slope formula works. For this first one, I'm going to use 0 and -3 for my first point, and then -7 and -10 for my second point. And that means that my first slope is going to be -3 minus -10. So this is what I was doing in my head above. And then I've got 0 minus -7. And in my numerator, that's going to be 7 over 7 is what it looks like. And that's going to be 1. Okay. And let's see if we do that for the next one. So if I use these 2 points this time, the 9 and the 6, with the points between them. So now my slope is going to be 6 minus -3, and then 9 minus 0. So that equals 9 over 9, which is still 1. So far, we've got the same slope. So let's just check one more just to be sure. So now I'm going to use this third point, and my slope this time is going to equal 9 minus 6 over 12 minus 9. And that looks like it's 3 over 3, which is still 1. So we do have a constant rate of change, also known as your slope. So this is an example of a linear relation based on the points given. Our next step is to write a function of the equation. So I'm going to use our point slope formula for this one, and I can pick any point I want to on my list. Now, I like this point right here because it's got a 0 in it. I'm going to write y minus, my y value is that -3, and that's going to equal my slope we just found is the 1. X minus, the x value is 0. So this is going to be very easy to solve here. I'm going to simplify the parentheses first and then solve for y. I get y plus 3 equals 1 times just x. So that's just going to be x. I can go ahead and subtract that 3 from both sides, and I'm going to get y equals x minus 3. So there's my equation. If I write it as a function, I replace this y with an f of x. And that's my final answer for example B. All right. For example C, what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be a function or not a function? All right, so I already did all the work for this one, and you can see that these are a function, and more specifically, a linear function, which is more important. So now we're going to put it all together. You can pick any point you want to. Now, I am not a fan of negative numbers, and I'm kind of doubting you are either. So I would suggest maybe using this 11 and 3 for your x and your y1. So that would be 11 comma 3. We once again have a nice slope of 1. Why don't you go ahead and put that together and tell me what the function would be for this table of values. Let's look at the steps for this function and see how you did. The first step would be to write it in point slope form. So y minus 3 equals 1 times x minus 11. And I have to stress, your slope will not always be 1. We just got lucky and got easy ones this time. Next, you would distribute that 1. And I would add 3 to both sides to get y by itself. Remember to put your final answer in function form. So we get f of x equals x minus 8.